My name is Alex Korekis, and I want to welcome you to the Finding Lost Civilization series. Now, this series is dedicated to visiting ancient sites that time has long forgotten. But before we start, I'd like to solicit you, the audience, to send me via email any site locations that you might want me to visit. Now, try to send me precise information or GPS information so that I can actually find the site. And by the way, I'll keep it confidential. So if the sun, the moon, and the stars are aligned properly, perhaps I'll be able to go visit your favorite site. Anyways, today we're going to a place called Arroyo Seco, where I'm searching for an ancient habitation site. I know this will be a fun journey, and I invite you to come trek with me. Well, friends, I'm in the Arroyo Seco area of Monterey, California, and I'm tracking down some nebulous information telling me about a cave that contains some pictographs or markings from the ancient people that lived here. I'll tell you, this is quite interesting. One of the things I noticed that this is definitely a sandstone outcrop and very fragile, and during the rains or as water seeps down in here, the ceiling and the walls exfoliate. And so if there were pictographs here, they're probably gone by now. But I did find signs of early man over here. The first thing I noticed was this small area right over here. We're coming to it that has a darkened ceiling, and so this is where someone had a campfire right over here. And look at this right there below us. That's a pestle. I tell you, quite interesting. So I'm going to explore the caves right over here to see if I can actually find any ancient symbols here. Now, I see somebody has been here before, and they put a big A up there like a teepee. So unfortunately, if there are any petroglyphs here, they are probably gone away, and I would say due to nature. So what we're going to do is keep exploring this site. Oh my goodness, look at this. There's hematite right over here. This is hematite. They were definitely here. This hematite is not natural to this area, but they made red paints from this. So they were definitely up here painting. Anyways, let's continue, see what we can find. Well, friends, look at this over here. Quite low and dark in there, but I think I'm going to find a way to get in there and to see. Oh yeah, look at this. I can see fire blackened ceiling right over there. Oh, there's a spot we can go to right over there. So I'm on my knees. Okay, we're seeing the same thing together, my friends. This is really, really fascinating. Oh yeah, look at that. There's the fire blackened ceiling right over there. Let's get on in there and see if we can find any symbols. Okay, I tell you, this is really, really fantastic. I tell you, I think if there were petroglyphs here, and the natives in this area, their petroglyphs were quite simple, you know, cross-hatching squares and lines, nothing really sophisticated. And it's still wonderful, even if we don't find the petroglyph or the markings here, we have actually found their site. We found hematite here, and I found a pestle. So we know this is the site where ancients once came to. Well, friends, this is really a fantastic site. Had very small directions or nebulous directions to get here, but the thing that drew me here was to find the pictographs. Unfortunately, look at this here, sandstone. Very fragile, exfoliated probably in 99% of the cave, but we did see evidence of fire. But let me show you something else, these subtle signs of evidence that lets us know that ancient man was over here. They're directly in front of us. Let's go through this piece by piece. Well, let me explain to you what I found laying on the ground over here. This is probably the most important sign that ancient life was here. Look at this. This cave is also a midden site. Look at this mussel over here. So the natives brought this from the ocean, which is miles from here out to the west. So they were here, they cooked their food, they ate their food, and they left the remnants right here for us to see. Now here's another important piece. Look at these two stones right here. These are pestles or monos. They're very smooth over here, and they're even altered for handholds right over here. Look at this. Okay, so I'm going to grab it, and there you go. It fits in my hand perfectly. Look at that. Okay, let me turn it around, and there you go. All right. Right over here is hematite. This is what they used as a pigment for red paints. This stone right over here looks very innocuous, but it's a hammerstone. And you can see right at the end, let me see if I can find it. It's right over here. You can see where they pecked away at whatever they were breaking open, maybe seashells, mussels, or whatnot. And actually, this fits in a hand perfectly. This stone right over here, which is dark, it's a fire-altered stone. That means it was in a fireplace. So these little clues over here tell you ancient man was here. If you look real closely, you can see these black little dots over here. And this is from the fires that they used to cook here at this cave. I'm really excited, and I hope you've enjoyed this short little trek that we've taken to this unknown and unnamed site. Well, friends, here's another view of this fabulous rock shelter / cave, I guess. But the fascinating thing is it runs downhill from here because we're on the side of a hill. And so eventually items seep their way down here to the bottom. And when you look at this area right over here, let me show you two things that I noticed. Right over here. Okay, this is a piece of chert. So chert was used to form scrapers, spear points, cutting implements, and look at this. So this was definitely shaped by a native. You can tell the percussion and pressure points created this. And right over here next to this, right here, here's another form of, let's see, okay, this is a shellfish. This is the back to a shellfish. I forget what it's called, but it sounds something like gumbo. But definitely. So this came from the ocean. So food from the ocean, which is west of here, at least a good 10 miles, if not more, made its way here inland to this area in the Los Padres National Forest. This immediate area is known as Arroyo Seco, which means a dry stream or a dry creek or a dry arroyo. Seco is dry for Spanish. As you can see, the vegetation here is quite thick, and this shelter, this cave, is not visible from any path. I tell you, I had to do a lot of scrambling and almost gave up.